September the 8th is National Conservation Week. Now, we've had a Conservation Week for years and years and years. Here to talk a little bit more about it and its background is Kelly Stradford, Community Relations Ranger at DOC. Hi.
Hi.
Now, tell me all about the rationale behind Conservation Week.
It's really an event that's all about getting people who maybe haven't given much thought to conservation before to get out there and explore the outdoors and find out what it's all about and maybe be inspired to take action.
Now, every year there's a different theme, and last year there was the Whio, which is the blue duck, but you've got something different planned this year.
Yeah, actually, last year the theme was actually Love Your Parks, but we celebrated the Whio in the Manawatu, just to be a bit different, because the Whio is one of the special features of our local forest park. But this year, it's Celebrate Conservation Week. What's your whānau doing? And the whole idea around that is to be a whole lot more inclusive. It's to get young people and families just out there and exploring and getting involved.
Because one of the aims of DOC is actually to make part of our environmental heritage available to as wide a range of people as possible.
Definitely, and it's also about making people appreciate that we've got these amazing things in our back door, and it's up to all of us to look after them.
So when people in Palmerston North or in the immediate vicinity of central Manawatu say, "Oh, there's nothing to do," you can tell them something quite different.
Definitely, and we've got some really cool events happening for Conservation Week this year that people can just get out and explore. And there's a photo competition, there's an event at Te Manawa, there's going to be a new program that families can do in the Gorge called Kiwi Ranger. Lots of stuff happening for all different kinds of people.
And of course, the Gorge and the Gorge walking track is one of the most accessible pieces of the great outdoors that we have on our doorstep.
Yeah, and it's just 20 minutes away, so it's fantastic. Lots of people drive through and don't even realise there's magic forest just above them, so it's very cool.
They just sort of drive past and what are those cars doing in that car park? What on earth are they doing? Are they rafting? Are they fishing? Are they white baiting? Because it's the season at the moment. But no, they are walking the track.
Yes, they are.
So I mean, that track is one of the most popular adjuncts to outdoor recreation around these parts. But there are other tracks that people should make acquaintance of, aren't there?
Yeah, there's tracks for people with all different types of abilities and fitness levels, and you can get lots of information from the local iSite or from our website, or pop into the regional council. They've got lots of information about the regional parks. There's plenty to do.
And the region that the DOC office locally covers, where does that stretch from?
Now or after September?
Oh yes, because you've just been on a bit of an upgrade or a retweaking.
Yes, so from 2 September we'll be changing a bit and we'll actually be more externally focused, but our areas are getting bigger. So we will cover the Wairarapa, the Manawatu, Rangitikei and the Horowhenua.
And looking after all the native bush resources and other things within that area.
Yep.
And is native bush tracks your main focus?
No, so looking after native species and special places where those species live, that's plants and animals. So ecosystem health is one of our big aims as well.
And of course the competition, which we'll talk about in just a moment with Helen from Horizons, is to help emphasise the fact that it's family activities and families can help look after these species and these habitats.
Definitely, and if you can't get outdoors, there's an online campaign as well, so they can go online and get some ideas for things they can do in their own backyards or at home. So plenty of opportunity.
I'd like to introduce you now to Helen Kelly, and she's Horizons New Education Officer. You're brand spanking new out of the box, aren't you really?
Yes, I am, yep.
So in the lead up, I suppose, to Conservation Week, they're taking you on a tour of Enviro schools in the whole Horizons region. Now, first of all, what is an Enviro school and how many of them are there?
So Enviro Schools is a national program where it's integrated into the curriculum for education for sustainability. So they look at how they can be a sustainable school, not just with the environment, but with other topics. Okay, so in our region, the Horizons region, which goes from Taumarunui all the way down to Manukau and Ohau, and across to the Tararuas as well.
That's huge.
It is, it's a large area. We've got 33 schools in total that are Enviro schools. Yeah.
So does an Enviro school look any different to a non-Enviro school from the outside?
It can do, it can do. They tend to do a lot with the gardens. They might plant some orchards, they might do some veggie gardens, they might do some mosaics around the school, those kind of things. So they might make it look a little prettier and do it in the name of sustainability, but generally they look like any other school. It's just integrated into the curriculum rather than being an external component to the education.
Now, we were talking to Kelly Stratford from DOC and standing in front of one of those murals, and that's at Linton Country School. Not to be confused with Linton Camp School, which is somewhere completely different.
Yep, yep.
And you've been at Linton Country School as part of your familiarisation with the 33 schools. How many have you been round so far?
So far, about 10 schools, yeah. Still got a few to go, but I'm getting there. Yeah.
So what kinds of things do you do with the children when you get here?
I don't really have too much of an interaction with the children. Enviro schools, I facilitate the teachers to be able to implement it in the schools. So the teachers take it on and the students take ownership of the program. But I might guide, give some ideas, some advice and some thoughts that they might not have considered before.
Now, Linton Country School is doing photography at the moment, and that brings us into something that Kelly mentioned before as part of Conservation Week. There's a photography competition. Now, perhaps you'd like to explain to us what's involved with that.
Okay, so the theme for Conservation Week this year is What's Your Whānau Doing? We've incorporated that into the photo competition to allow school students in the Palmerston North and Manawatu area to enter, and they can take a photo of them or their whānau or anything they consider their whānau. That can be sports teams, your actual family, it can be friends, anything you consider to be a whānau, doing something in the environment or for the environment, and they submit it through. We pick some finalists and then we go with it from there.
Last year I remember they had a colouring in competition and it was helped through the pages of the Tribune, and I guess they had that theme with the blue duck.
Yep.
And it's quite easy to get a colouring component. But yes, a family theme is a little more difficult for a colouring competition, so I can see the rationale behind getting cameras out and taking pictures of people who are near and dear to you, doing things out in the wider environment.
Yes.
So when will the cut-off for the competition be?
It'll be the 30th of August, so we'll accept up until 5 p.m. 30th of August.
And they should email their entries to you in reasonable definition?
Yes, definitely. All the terms and conditions and the details for the actual photographs themselves are all on the Horizons website, so they can go there, have a look and download it from there.
So that's www.horizons.govt.nz.
Yep, that's correct.
So all the details of that competition, and what are the prizes? What's worth shooting for?
Well, the winners of the categories, there are 3 categories. The winners get a large canvas print of their winning entry, kindly donated by Bruce Watt Photography. They will also get various different goodie bags, and they can have things from movie tickets to iTunes vouchers to passes to the Lido Centre, the Putt Hut, and the World of Wearable Arts exhibition at Te Manawa as well. So there's quite a few little goodies involved with it. We'll just send that all up.
And there's a first, second and third?
Yes, there is.
In each category.
That is indeed.
So the competition for the photographs, get them in by August the 30th. They're going to be on display for a day at Te Manawa on Sunday, September the 8th, which is prize giving day.
Indeed, yes.
And just let people know where they can send their entries, because they'll have to get onto it fairly quickly.
They will, yep. So send it to myself. So my email address is Helen, Helen, Kelly, Kelley, at horizons.govt.nz.
So, out there with the cameras, get shooting and be in to win for Conservation Week.
There'll also be various different tickets on offer. I think we got from Te Manawa some World of Wearable Arts tickets to their exhibition.
We're going to cut that. We've got an earthquake.
Well, we do actually.
happening.
Goodness.
You want to say something while the happening?
Yes, well, yes, we shake it up. I didn't know you were such a smooth dancer. Man, that's
That's a big one.
it says, and we are at Linton Country School, and we can hear the kids getting down under the desk from exactly where we are. That was quite a jolt.
Whoa.
Live on air.
Time check, 2:32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I'll be
Nice.
I'll be geonetting that